Yeah, the funny story is, right, I, I opened up I've opened up OBS like 3 times today, again, and you know what? I'm just not shocked with it anymore. And since I'm recording some other things, it's gonna be opened a lot more than what it usually is. Anyways, also get some popcorn. This is gonna be a long ass episode. So, hey all, seen the Real English dub, and well, ever since that first shocker, I try not to get too shocked. Okay, you know I'm bullshit here. That was a fucking landslide. There wasn't even a fucking chance for any other episode. Anyways, I do have some remake content for this one, more than what I have here, but it's not good news, is all I'll say. So, Inazuma Eleven College is a fan series idea I have. It was in my head for ages. My first calling of it was Inazuma 11 High School, but turns out they were apparently in high school. So I went with college. And my goal of it was 3D animating it. Like I said, I'll get to the sad news soon. So, let's start with the episodes, which is going to be the biggest part of it. Now, spoilers alert for the last 2 episodes and the first episode. So, there's your spoiler warning. Skip to the time stamp or whatever. Now, let's start with them damn episodes. Since you all want the longest version of this long video, I'll explain the details. I only still have episode 1 and the bare bones of the last 2 episodes. That's a lie. I have only bare bones of the second last episode. The last episode basically almost fully complete in my eyes as well. I'll start with the last 2 episodes. Second last episode is the major fight against Falcon. The final round, so to speak. If you want to know the intensity of this match's episode, think of it as like the versus Zeus match of the first half, but for like almost the whole match. Mark struggles against Falcon for the majority of it, when Falcon receives a yellow card for how dangerous he was on the field. I want to make an innuendo that he's threatening the ref without the innuendo being too obvious. Like he has the fist up to the ref, but no one can really see it too well. Unless you actually sit down and notice it. Close to the end of episode 25, that aura that Mark gets in Chronostone, you know the one, is getting more and more noticeable, but Mark is still unable to stop Falcon's fighting spirit. Yes, spirits are in there, just so everyone knows. Anyway, the episode ends at the end of the first half. The final episode is almost similar, however. Matt Axel tells Mark during halftime, which is right at the beginning, that he's noticing an aura on Mark when he's focused. Axel thinks that it's a new move that could stop Falcon's fighting spirit. This moment is prone to change, but Mark was thinking about how Darren was able to pull off a God Hand A. I'll get to God Hand A later. It was then that Falcon went towards the goal and summoned his fighting spirit and kicked the damn ball. And that bald eagle was going for it. Mark then thought about something. He turns back because he has the light bulb moment to do what looks like a Marge in the hand. Everyone also thought that it was Marge in the hand. Axel was just like, Mark, no! And then Jude's just like, let him! Or the other way around. But it was a new move, a V-shaped God Hand. Of course, Willie is the one that named it God Hand V. And yes, Willie is in the series. Because I said so. The God Hand V dissolved the spirit, and Falcon absolutely lost his goddamn mind. A bit further into the match, his bold eagle learned a fighting spirit special move, name pending, which destroyed Mark's God Hand V. Meanwhile, goals were being made on both sides, which ended in the second last goal being the fighting spirit shot done by Falcon. Falcon is going to shoot at Mark again with the spirit shot, then Mark notices the aura like he does in Chronostone. He then focuses it and is overwhelmed by a power. It's his fighting spirit, Margin the Great! He instantly summoned Margin the Great and instantly used Great the Hand to save the ball. But Mark passes it to Kevin, hoping he could make a shoot. Falcon ferociously tackles Kevin out of complete rage and tries to summon his spirit. But the spirit has exhausted him completely and he couldn't summon it, which is where he was at a complete loss, completely depressed. Nathan stole the ball with a good old "thank you" line, and he passed it to Axel. He used a shot. I'm thinking of like revealing like Prime Legend as the final scoring shot or something of the entire series, because Prime Legend was the thing that destroyed High Voltage and scored the goal against the keeper, thus making the score 3-2. The match ends with that goal, as in any Inazuma 11 fashion, but it doesn't end there. Oh no. First up, what happens is Falcon is such a bad sport about losing that he literally summons the spirit, as he's not fatigued anymore, and shoots the ball directly at Mark with the full intent of hospitalizing him or killing him. Yes, dark. The coach character of Mark's team jumps in front of Mark and summons a fighting spirit to stop the ball. The coach says something about protecting this team, then loses full use of that arm that he was protecting in episode 1. I'll talk about that later, I guess. Falcon goes to jail because of his attempted action. The coach goes with Falcon to say, you might be needed in the international tournament, so you might get out of jail for that, really. But if you do anything like you did today, then, well, you'll be sent straight back to jail. There's a whole other lot of dialogue with Falcon and the coach, but I'll be here forever. And plus, also, I don't want to spoil all the dialogue. After the whole Falcon fiasco, Mark receives a phone call. It's about his granddad. His granddad doesn't have much time left. Mark instantly hurries to the airport to get there as soon as possible. He didn't take Nellie with him, even though they just recently got into a relationship. Yeah, before the final match is the time when I decided to get Nellie to out her feelings to Mark. Mark meets his granddad in the hospital. David has also noticed that Mark has finally become Mark Evans, and tells him that he has become Mark Evans. He also says to Mark that he has a hand down that Mark must protect. He gives Mark the handbook for the Ultimate 11 in history. Mark was instantly interested in the book, not because he wanted to make that team a possibility, but because he completely understood all the choices made in the book. Mark says one final goodbye to his granddad and ending 7 plays of the OG to hopefully add a bit of emotion to the moment. I know we've been on this episode for God knows how long, but there's also a post-credit thing, which shows Mark introducing the Go Ryman team to the coach character. The final line of the entire series, right, is "I hope you like long stories." And then the coach just speaks the whole story. What do you think of that episode? Now, episode 1, I'll list it down, because, yeah, this has been a long part. Mark has a dream of David telling him to become Mark Evans. Mark Evans wakes up to his mother yelling at him. Yes, he still lives at his parents till the end of this. Mark and a lot of the other team members of the FFI somehow managed to join together in the same college. The coach character appears in the college before them and applied to be coach. Coach saw a video of Falcon and subconsciously grabbed his arm for protection. He has a whole storyline of that. Will I tell the story? I know the storyline of it. Like, seriously, I do. But, yeah. The Ryman team, the FFI team shows up to join club. Coach character says that knows who they are and says that the college level is much more intense than your stupid-ass high school levels. Some of the team doesn't believe him. Coach ditches them until the friendly comes up, which he also mentions is coming up, which is the strongest team in all of college. They have the shocked moment like in the first episode of the OG. Everyone is shocked. Coach says to the people who kept training as they believed him because they kept training, that they are considered decent at the college level. Match starts and they are getting eaten alive by Falcon's team, 10-0. There's the final score. Falcon really hates Mark's passion and some of the fighting spirit. as Falcon is the first one to summon said fighting spirit, he calls it a fighting spirit. He kicks the ball at Mark. Mark fails God catch, and the spirit punches Mark in the gut so hard that it knocks him out. The match forcefully ended because of that. Mark wakes up shouting the words, Falcon! Everyone realized that they need to train and believe the coach in the end of the episode. Yeah, I listed it fast because this paragraph is 1,133 words. The next thing is the features and the gimmicks of this fan series. Yeah, I'll maybe be quick. Doubtful on the quick. With this one, since there's not a lot of new here, but I will explain what I can in detail. Anyways, the first feature is fighting spirits. You know all three of the spirits now when I said the episodes, but there's only 3 fighting spirits in this if you didn't watch the spoiler bit. One of them is unnamed. Yeah, that's basically it for the fighting spirits. Next up is move fusions, which is one of the 2 main features in this series. How weird could a move fusion be? I mean, God Barrier is straight up God Catch and Dimensional Hand fused together. I have the definition of what I would call it if it was in a game. God Barrier uses Dimensional Hand, which helps center the ball of the angle for God Catch to have 100% of the catching power. Something about that anyway, something like that. So yeah, a single person can fuse 2 of their moves together. But move fusions are used in the first 3 seasons as well. Which ones? Come on, I'm pretty sure you know this. Dragon Tornado, Inazuma One Drop, Riven Blizzard, Tiger Storm, and that's just to name a few. Failed move fusion will blow up in your face, but the rules of move fusions once you start are A move fusion cannot sound extremely far-fetched, and B, you will fail a move fusion eventually no matter who you are. Next up on the list is something I wish that was completed on the series, but fully evolved moves. Some of the series will be based around this, like the fully evolved The Wall, like in the Bond's Griffin movie, or something completely new like Gatling Hand, the fully evolved Mugen the Hand, where a god appears behind the user and shoots a near infinite amount of hands in hopes of halting it completely at the speed of like a Gatling gun, where it starts slow first up, then the speed just increases over time. And yeah, stuff like that. Next up is the special moves, but what? A new series without special moves? A not new series? Nah, that's stupid. So here are some. God Barrier, as previously discussed. Mount Everest, a Jack Bullside move. God Hand a fully completed Darren God Hand. God Hand V, a move fusion with Kevin's Dragon Slayer, which is either Sean's Legendary Wolf. Dragon Wolf sounds like a code name for a name in progress. Or Axel's Maximum Fire. We could call this one Dragon's Fire. Maybe. Prime Legend. You know what? All the movie moves and go moves that they know would probably be implemented in the series. Well, except for a couple that could slip up into one's radar, like the Last Death Zone. Normal shot for Falcon is current normal name for that is Feathered Blast. Also prone to changing. Spirit special shots for Falcon is I Got Nothing. Fully evolved Fiend Hand. Which is basically like all forces or something, I don't know. Dark Hand for Darren, don't know what that is. But Omega the Hand, there's 2 separate versions. Yes, 2. One where he's taking the aura from above, like up in the air, and the second form, which is the true form, which is the one where he takes the aura from the bottom. Crystal Shot is a lot like Diamond Ray, but a lot less of the cutting movements. It's also super weak. You could stop that with a God Hand plus 3. Or God Hand plus 2, actually, even. Crystal Clear Shot, which is the better version and much more stronger. Unfortunately, I can't think of any more special moves, but you know, another ideas video could come if I have enough information about it. Okay, arcs before bad news. Anyways, arcs. There's about 4 to 5. I think that should be enough for 26 episodes, shouldn't it? Here is the arc list. This will be the shortest paragraph in this whole video. Number 1. Jack thinking he's not good enough arc. Yes, that is a whole arc where Jack is depressed. That's where Jack learns his Mount Everest move. The Darren arc, which is where Mark and team fights against Darren. Darren isn't actually in the same college team as Mark. Number 3. How the fuck is Ray Dark alive arc? And number 4. The Falcon arc. If I remember the 5th arc idea, then I'll add it in. Now for the bad news. I don't know if I'll be able to go through with the series. Like, let me express my reasoning. So as we all know, I may have some creative flow, but that creative flow isn't backed up with artistic skills. Yeah, I think you can tell where this is going. I can't draw. I can, like, rip the characters from the Wii games and figure out how to make the eyes see things and make the mouth have, like, mouth. But it'd be so janky. Because we know there's OCs in there. The coach character and Falcon being 2 prime examples of it. As for V-Roid, I thought I had a way when I noticed eye shapes in this series is so crazy for some reason. Why? I made up Mark's eyes, but yeah, it looks very unusual. Even then, I can't draw anyways. I feel like I can animate in the 3D plane, but I cannot draw. And I even forgot to mention the whole kit thing. I have all the kits ideas I have been basically thrown out the window because I can't draw. It's a big creative barrier for something like this. So who knows? This might just be a dream after all. It's something I would say. Yeah, it's a freaking huge demotivator. And yeah, I can't art good. I might be stumped, but I'm gonna keep trying to see if I can make at least some characters, even though I doubt it. I mean, if I can make almost Nelly, I'm pretty sure I can make the others. It's just I need to buckle down and focus somehow. As for actual drawing, I'll cross that at some point. I might actually need some help with this damn series after all. All in all, yeah, I know it sounds like bad news turned around, but I keep getting new ideas which kind of, well, rekindles my spark to try and make this series work. I don't know if college will ever happen, but if I know it won't work out ever, I will explain the whole plot to everyone here, like right here and now. I'll even try and figure out the whole entire plot and how the episodes would go on college. So if someone with the artistic skills wants to make this series, if in my name, or if they just want to make the series to do a fan animation series, that'd be cool. I'd love to see that if it goes down to that. Anyways, I feel that's all I have to say. Thank you all for listening, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Oh wow, it's not 30 minutes. What the fuck? Mark fails God Punch. God Punch.